Good evening. Tonight's stream is titled Tri-Tip because we got some tri-tip steaks we're going to cook up. This is the last of my leftovers from Fanime. We had 2 no-shows and I bought a ton of food. Bought 2 packs of filet mignon, tri-tip burgers, and turkey burgers. And a bunch of mixed vegetables and sides to go with all that. So this is the last of the food. It has been a week, but I had the tri-tip in a marinade for the last couple of days, so it should last a little longer because it's not exposed to oxygen, and it should be tender because it's been marinating. I put it in a Guinness-based marinade. I threw a bunch of stuff in it, so it should be tasty. And I'm not talking to anybody since no one's here, so I guess that's just gonna be the beginning of my life. So when I repost this on YouTube, people will be able to see. I'm gonna keep getting stuff ready here. Lieutenant Silly Cat approves. Hello, hello. Can we get a fit check? What do you want to fit? Birding River, hello, hello. Let's get a, how do we focus? Well, I can smell gas. Good thing for a backup. I always pack a backup. The grill's a little dirty, so I'm gonna scrub that. Yes, I woke up like 2 hours later, packed up, left, went back to bed. and I slept in like 10 o'clock. I'm beat. I didn't sleep much during Fanime because if you're watching during Fanime, I was up to like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every night at Fanime, then waking up again around 8 or 9 to cook breakfast for everybody and get things going to make more videos and do more content. So I was getting like 3 to 4, 5 hours sleep every night at Fanime for like 4 days in a row. So I was pretty beat. No, it's not 2 cameras at once. It's a feature in here where you hit enhance, then you go to dual, and you can change the setting from like a square to a circle. So using both cameras on the phone at the same time. So it's kind of neat. It's like I can put my face in there while I'm cooking. Oh, that's nice. Well, might as well cook everything tonight, even if I eat it for like lunch tomorrow. So we got all of our steak, all of our tri-tip marinating in the Ziploc bag for like 2 days. And we got some asparagus, which it's been in the fridge for about a week, so I don't know if it's gonna last much longer. So we're gonna cook all this up, even though that's probably more than I'm gonna eat. Actually trained with Mac. Oh, cool. My Bravo 6 Going Dark video just passed 1 million views and 60,000 likes, 66,000 likes. So last time I checked, it's an older Nissan Pathfinder. One of my favorites. I had an 88 Nissan Pathfinder. Then when it died, I was looking for something new, and then I didn't like anything new. It wasn't built nearly as tough as the older trucks. So then I started doing some shopping around and just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go buy another older one. So I had an 1988, and then when that died, I bought a 1994. I found one, it only had one owner, and the guy took very good care of it. So I'm just like, I'm gonna buy yours, and I'm gonna overpay for it because it was just in such nice condition. So I'm the second owner to this truck, and I tried to keep it as original and stock as possible until a tree fell on it. And I'm like, okay, I give up. I guess I'm gonna start modifying it. So then I got an original factory tow package. I brought a factory brush guard, and I crashed that. So later I bought a bull bar because my bumper is damaged. So I bought a bull bar and a winch after I sank it in the mud and had to get pulled out. Got some accessories. I got a better stereo. I wired it so it has an external jack now, so I can do that. I modified it with solar, so I got a solar system in here, so I've got power. Task Force 141 is now Doge team. Oh wait, I haven't uploaded that video yet. There we go. I think we'll do a little bit of food prep right over here. Hello, hello. Good evening. It's good evening here. So normally I like cooking asparagus with a little bit of butter. I've got a favorite brand that's from a local dairy where it's made with olive oil and sea salt, which is very good. But we don't have any of that right now, so we're just going to do olive oil. You use salt, sea salt, pepper. I have Creole, which has salt in it. I like using that. And of course, I have this sampler, which I found half off for like, I don't know. So it's got all these got these little ones in here. Makes it very portable, which is very nice. I have not tried this one yet, so let's go with this one. Little 4.2 ounce bottles for vegetable oil makes it great for like packing in your little camping kit, right? Oh, hello, hello. Cool, I think the cap's broken. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. You hate asparagus. Have you ever had my asparagus? what's soap gonna do? Blow the cap off? Oh shoot. The whole nozzle came off. Which way is it supposed to go? It's supposed to go like that. I mean, at least it fits that way. It's like when somebody told me that they hate Brussels sprouts, and I was making Brussels sprouts for a cookover, and I was like, well, you never had my Brussels sprouts. I'm just like, eat one, and then get back to me. And just like, if you don't like it, I don't care. You can spit it out. You can say it's gross, but at least just try it, right? Just try one, try a bite. And then they tried it, and they go, oh my God, this is actually really good. And they went back for more. They went back for seconds. And they went back for thirds. Like, how are these so good? And it's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but your mother's not a good cook. And it's like, don't take offense to that, because my mother wasn't a good cook either. Just like there's ways you can cook things. So once you got the oil on it, now the seasoning's going to stick. So when it cooks, you're going to get the flavoring into the asparagus. So I use the same thing when I cook Brussels sprouts. So it's a good little transition. You did not say that. Slap that on the grill. I did say that. I'm going to roll that up a little bit so like it kind of steams and kind of like locks in there. And I need like ooh, hello, Stab. Gotta grab a napkin. Be right back. So what I do with Brussels sprouts, get the water starting to boil, and I throw in a whole bunch of Creole. So like the water is like bubbling, and it's got this orange color to it, which instantly takes away the bubbling. She put salt in it, so it increases the boiling temperature. And then you put a bunch of Brussels sprouts in there and just fill it up. And you go back there, you poke it and stir it up a little bit. And then here's the tricky part, because you're gonna that it's like reverse osmosis. So like the water is salty, so it's gonna force its way in. So you dump that hot water, and you do it again. And then you boil another pot of hot water with more Creole in it, and you put not nearly as much as a little bit. You put the Brussels sprouts back on, and you boil them again. So you're boiling them twice. So the first one takes all the flavor out. Unfortunately, it takes out some of the nutrients too. But you just got to deal with it. Like anything you boiled kind of does the same thing. And then once they're done, you pull them out. You can put a little bit of butter on them and hit them with more spice, and they're delicious. Or even from there, you can go to saute them, because now they're fully cooked. Take a pan with some vegetable oil or some butter or some grease. Go ahead and saute them on your stove. Get it like a little bit of char mark on the outside and get a little bit toasty. And it's going to lock in the moisture. It's just like, they're so good like that. But me remembering as a kid, my mom's Brussels sprouts, oh, they're so bitter and so nasty. Because the cooking is so bland. You pour water into a pot and you put a little bit of salt in it, and you just put the Brussels sprouts in it and just boil it and then pull them out. And they're fully cooked, but they're bitter and they're nasty. Just like, ugh. Like there's ways to get that bitterness out, and there's ways to put flavor into the food. And it wouldn't even be expensive to do anything. Just throw some spice on that. Would have been a hell of a lot better. And we're going to keep this marinade handy and pour a little bit later. So we're going to zip this back up. And do know that there was raw meat in here, so it was basically contaminated. So the last time that we pour marinade on, you have to wait for a large gap before you pull the meat off to make sure everything's cooked. And now we are going to turn the heat down because these are some thick pieces of meat because I like them thick. And we're going to cover this. And this, camp stove doesn't have a lid. There never was a lid. I'm thinking about having one made as much as I cook on it. In the meantime, it's handy to bring some foil along. Just make an impromptu lid whenever. Boom, there we go. And then go to enhance, and turn the dual off, and flip the camera. Here we are. Hello, Jen. Yes, we are. We're cooking. Fish and chips? No, another time. Do I have enough to share? Yes, I do. I have enough dinner for two. We just don't have two. Can you make this a series, like cooking series? This is the last time I plan to cook like camping style. This is the last time I plan to cook like this for a very long time because I'll be out of food for a while. I'll book a flight now. You know what? I still haven't made the scrambled egg sandwiches. I can do that. I've got eggs and sourdough and cheese. I can grab like some little pads of butter or something. I am from California. Probably wake up like around 4 tomorrow. Gotta go to the bank, gotta hit the gym. Then hit Starbucks, and then do a quick cooking show, and then get back to work. I don't have a set schedule for the weekend, but I do have 5 orders to get out for my Etsy shop, and a couple of them are late, so I really gotta get on that and get that out. So I got stuff ready to ship out on Monday. Oh, I don't mean to ignore it. It's just stuff kind of goes through faster. Burnt Brussels sprouts. Oh no! Oh, thanks for the roses. Pine nuts? They're sprouts. I'm scrolling way back here and I don't see any venison questions. Hawaiian shirt. I just keep a couple. Oh, hello, thank you. I keep a couple old Hawaiian shirts in my truck, just for situations like this. This one, you can tell it's a lot brighter, at least maybe the Depends how many colors you can get on that camera. It used to be a lot brighter, and the outside's all faded. Yep. That used to be beautiful, beautiful color shirt, right? See how bright it is compared to how faded it is? Maybe I should get a tailor to like turn this inside out. I don't even know if that's possible. I'm not a fan of venison, so I don't have any experience cooking it. You could bake more steak? Yeah, I'm not a fan of baking. I mean, I make cornbread, which is awesome and delicious. Ooh. That looks pretty good. Ooh, that smells awesome. Wish you were here. I'm gonna flip the vegetables first in case it gets messy. And I'm gonna use the last of the marinade before the flip, and then after the flip. Oh wait, get the camera over. And then I'm just gonna go dump this somewhere. I'll bring you guys in close. We are cooking tri-tip and grilled asparagus. Maybe a prom tomorrow. Don't burn. It's tri-tip. It's okay to slightly burn the outside. Yeah, I'm American. American Captain Price. Rah. Sorry. Might be getting cold. At least it makes my voice sound better. Hell, my name is Soap, eh? Hello, Simon. Old iPhone 5S, which comes in handy because I can, at least with the iPhone 5S, I can connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot that I put out on my iPhone 12. In my latest video, well, not the latest video, but my Bravo 6 Going Dark now has 1 million views. That's wild. It's only been up for like less than a week.
Bravo 6 Going Dark. Bravo 6 Going Dark.
Ooh, I smell the asparagus now. Scotland forever. It looks like the Captain Price in Chile is live currently. Oh, what's up, Captain Price 259? I just saw your comment. Like how they get a little doge with the boonie hat. It's starting to get a little windy here and picking up. I'm British. UK BMW fan. My location, I'm in the middle of a field. Thank you, thank you. I'm all right. That looks like it's done, right? Also, I'm gonna turn this off and let you guys sizzle. Cheers. All right, brought it extra light. Boot. It's a boot. What's boot? Let's see how this asparagus is doing. Woo-wee. Yeah, that's done. That's nice and soft. Close up too. Focus. There we go. Yeah, no one else here. I think I'm gonna eat right off the grill. Don't want to be that big. Yeah, that's a good size. Make sure I rest the meat. Argentina, hey, Argentinian or Chilean Captain Price is live right now. That's delish. See you later. No, of course I seasoned them. Use a little bit of Creole. One of my favorite spices. Do I like to use what, seasoning? I mean, I'm not British. I mean, I think if you're British, you're claiming allegiance to Great Britain as opposed to being English. Like, my heritage is English. I am in America. Yes, I am drinking. I thought pepper was spicy. It depends on the pepper. Your father was 100% German? Meaning German heritage? Or clearly in Germany? Oh, wait. Guinness is not an ale, it's a stout. Close, though. Born and raised in Germany. So do you have a German accent? I don't think I've ever heard you talk. Don't have 1,000 yet. Otherwise, I could invite you. Or join the Discord. And then you can go live with us in Discord sometimes. All right, see you later, garlic bread 6969. Here, I picked up his exit. Eat the steak. Oh, that's soft. Other than that one little stringy bit. Lady Ghost. Pretty good. It's a little bit, I mean, not nearly as good as the filet we've had. It's very good. Can they say hola? Natural born loser Des, second Victor batch. Thank you. Thanks for the rose. It's a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. Only because I've had Ruth Chris Steakhouse and I've had beef from Colorado. All right. Is it bussin'? As opposed to just one bussin'? Raising and slaughtering your own meat, you race is a whole nother level. I mean, when I was dating a cowgirl, we did that. It's a whole nother thing to like actually know the cow and feed it and pet it. And it would like, you'd like sit down and it'd lay its head on your lap. And the cow actually loves you. And it's excited to see you. Like the cow and the dog like sniff each other and lick their faces. And then the cow goes to slaughter and you get all these slabs of meat back. And it's just like, I knew this cow. I don't know if I can eat this. No. Put the meat in the freezer, just let it sit there for months. Like, no, I knew this cow. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a very good steak, but just like, it took me a long time before I could eat it. I have had lamb. Not a big fan. Hello, Jasmine. I saw Femboy followed. I thought it was Fedboy. So go, wait a second. Look how soft that is. Yeah, it's spring out here and I'm getting allergies. Meat in the U.S. is trash compared to the EU. Why is that? I know there's a bunch of foods can have certain additives and whatnot, but it totally depends on where you're getting your food too. So if you're in the U.S. and you're getting it locally from like local farmers markets or local butcher shops, that's one thing. If you're getting it processed and packaged with whatever additives, and the animals are injected with who knows what, your local farmer isn't doing that. But it's just like the massive industry is doing that. So you can be more careful about where you eat your food here in the U.S. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it organic, but I guess it does meet the definition, even if it's not, certified or whatever they say. Hello, New Mexico. J. Boo Bear. You got 3,000 followers. Want to join me for the live? $20 a gallon. Wow. I'm paying like $6 and it hurts. I'm gonna eat this little guy. I'm gonna cut this fat off and leave it out here for the foxes. I'm planning on doing some videos tomorrow, so I might as well go live when I do the videos. So, anyway, I'm not cooking tomorrow. I'm just making some TikToks. But I may reheat some of the steak. Maybe I will. Mm. Oh, that chunk is better. It's 2100 here. Oops. Yeah. Go get a. Hmm. Steak's pretty good. It's a tri-tip bought at the grocery store. Stayed in my fridge for all of anime. Then I put it in a marinade. So it's been a marinade for the last 2 days. I used Guinness and some McCormick steak spices. I think I tossed something else in there too. A little bit of Chipotle Tabasco. But I wouldn't do that again. Next time I'd rather use A1 steak sauce. So like maybe some Guinness, A1 steak sauce, some spices, and maybe a little bit of Dijon mustard for that little bit of a kick. Oh, this would be so good with some horseradish too. I should have got horseradish. And then cook it with some butter and then horseradish. Then it would have been perfect. So see, I don't have enough beer to fall asleep on the live again. I've only got 2 Guinness left and maybe 1 more rosé. I especially don't want to fall asleep in this field with the foxes around and skunks. You can't be from Europe talking about spices. They won't hurt you. I mean, depends. If they come up to me and stiff me and I roll over and I bump them and then they think they ought to defend themselves and then they come after me, then they might. Just like you being in a sleeping bag and a rattlesnake might slither up next to you because you're warm and it just wants the warmth and it doesn't know any better. Then you move and it thinks it's being attacked and then it bites you. Same with like the scorpions and the those big spiders in Iraq, whatever. They call them like face huggers. Those creepy things, Jesus. Yeah, I'm in California. We have rattlesnakes, black widow spiders, but those are usually like hiding somewhere. It's starting to get warm, so snakes should be starting to come out. So out where I am in California, we got rattlesnakes, mostly gopher snakes, a few rattlesnakes, and really rare to see a California king snake out here. But I have seen one in the wild. Mostly see gopher snakes. Where I used to live, like just a couple miles away, it got sectioned off as like a nature preserve kind of because there's some endangered species there, so they didn't build neighborhoods out there. But they're still like they built like running paths and bike paths before it got blocked off because they stopped building. So they can still kind of like go out there. And I was on a bike path and I saw this huge gopher snake. Must have been 5-6 feet long. Really big guy. Had a bunch of scars on him. And he was just done drinking water and starting to go away from the little pond, and I kind of like intercepted him. He was kind of standoffish at first, but he's so big and so old. I was able to like take my hat off and kind of like distract him and then pet him a little bit, and I was able to pick him up. I'm just picking him up and petting him. Wild snake, right? Of course, it is possible that he was a pet that was given away. A dingo? No, a gopher snake. Gopher snake, rat snake, goes by a few names. Man, I could totally go for one of those pieces of steak, but I'll be regretting it later. I think that's going to be dinner for tomorrow. I got a couple TikToks I got planned for tomorrow. Oh, and on my YouTube channel, I uploaded a video, and I haven't gotten the video to my phone yet to upload on TikTok. I did we did the Ghost and Soap at McDonald's thing. gotta show you guys. Oh, I'm chewing on the steak. Text free. So this video, focus. If I push the button, does it focus? Yes.
Enjoying yourself, soldier. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh.
I'm gonna turn that down so I can. Yeah, it's popular, right? Something went wrong. Oh no, what went wrong?
You're enjoying yourself, soldier. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh.
Yeah, it is part two. Because part one, I mean, I've done it a few times, but I mean, we never did it like exactly like this.
The ultimate team. Autobots and Maximals will fight together. The phase. Sir, can we stop for McDonald's? Sorry, guys, not happening, mate. What? Don't give me that look.
So let's see if I can find this. I put it on YouTube. I haven't put it on TikTok yet, so I just gotta. Oh, 29 seconds long. It didn't get posted as a short. I would have thought it was a short. I guess I got to look into what exactly a short is. So this now is on my YouTube channel.
You're enjoying yourself, soldier. Oh, thank you 晒满身啊！Oh my god， 手没有。
That's not what I want. Go back. Of course they were staring.
You're enjoying yourself, soldier. Oh, hey, you say much. Oh my god, so mate. Oh.
I mean, why do you get spotted? We're already there. The foxes can have this nice piece of fat. Yay. To actually pew pew or just dress up? I used to. Ooh, I got 5 messages. Let's see. People waving at me. Good Lord. I mean, you don't need to dress up to pew pew, but we usually did. Causing trouble at the range. Because like we do a World War II shoot and bring all of World War II stuff out. Or do like a Cold War shoot, Vietnam shoot, bring Vietnam stuff out. Good night, Jen. I'm gonna eat a couple more of these and pack it all up. Trying to drip on my tripod. Or the real ghost. So you sent the YouTube clip of you to my TikTok DMs, I assume. I'll probably find it later. Good night. Not the real ghost, but you do the kind of work. All right. Forward Observer. That's a cool username. Yeah, I got dark fast. That's why I try to get out here. Are you going to bet? Yeah, I spent 8 years in the Marines. It's actually why I already had like half the gear because oh crap. So like as far as I can tell, Price has the Marine Corps combat boots, which goes to another story about reenacting how the British boots were so bad. Even though I bought correct British boots, as soon as the guys had any actual money in the first few paychecks, they buy their own boots rather than actual British Army boots. So when I bought British Army boots, that only was suited for playing like junior enlisted because anybody that actually had a few paychecks in would probably spend their money on better boots. So, well, I thought my impression was accurate, ended up being not accurate because I was wearing the correct boots, which ended up not being correct. So it makes sense why Price would have Marine Corps boots and a Marine Corps Camelback, which I had because I kept mine when I got out. And there's a couple other little Marine bits I forget. Like some pouches. Like I have a bunch of my pouches from when I left because there's like little 45 pouches. Because when I was in, we were in Force Recon, so we got the 45 for a short period of time. And they had thrown away the 9 pouches for the 45, so we had a bunch of 45, so I snagged a bunch of those pouches when they're getting tossed out. And then I had a green Condor jacket, so it was like I already had like most of the stuff for Price and a Vietnam boonie. Did some work with Marsoc while I was in the States. They expect you guys first? Yeah. No, I was not personally a Recon Marine, but I was in a Force Recon unit. So, like any unit, you got like all of your leadership, you got your admins, and like we had boats, motor T, supply. What else am I forgetting? We had a couple other sections. So you had a whole bunch of Marines that were in the Force Recon unit that were not Recon Marines themselves. So it was about like a 1-to-1 ratio of like non-Recon Marines supporting the Recon Marines, and I was one of those guys. So we trained with them, we went with them, we supplied them, we did really cool stuff with them. Yeah, I joined when I was 28, not in the best physical shape, and I could never keep up with those guys. Dry fire company, but aren't you in the UK? I'm in the States. I'm gonna wrap the rest of this up. I have one more pint. Okay. My days of working for the government are long gone. Yeah, the moon's out too. Bravo 6 is really dark now. Yeah, it got dark fast. I'm drinking dark beer. Whoops. wonder if I can just shove this in my mess kit and then, because I want to reheat it on the grill. Okay, I'll put it, I'm going to put this in foil and toss it in my fridge. Not Guinness? You don't like Guinness? Yes, I have an Instagram. My Instagram is my old TikTok account that I got banned. So it's Captain spelled out, Captain Price Cosplay, all one word. For the most part, I just repost stuff that I made on TikTok on Instagram. Sometimes I'll do a photo shoot, then post those photos on TikTok also as photos. But sometimes there's like exclusively Instagram content because I have one phone tied to my Instagram account. So like if I'm taking a photo of what I'm cooking, I forgot to do that. I'm taking a photo of me cooking, and then I'll post that on Instagram. I have a Twitter too, yeah. When people ask for a Twitter account, usually they want to see stuff that's allowed on Twitter and not allowed anywhere else, which I am not posting there. I try to start a fan account, but I also can't get the my face recognized because I've got a beard now, and none of my IDs show that. Boom, snapped. That's good with no filter. Ooh, Juno looks pretty good though. Looks pretty tasty in a Juno, but I'm still gonna go with no filter. Gonna do hashtag tri-tip, hashtag overlanding, hashtag, I guess, tailgating. Coleman grill stove, and a hashtag the Model T. Coleman 9921, even though it's super old. I think that's a Fox. Hopefully I don't want any skunks out here. Did I hear you? You want my steak? Oh, it could be raccoon. Sharing and posted. So there's my Instagram. Oh, there's my Instagram. Captain Price Cosplay. Should be able to read that. Yeah, just all one word. Did you request an Instagram? Request. Oh, Cutter666 started following me. That's you? Oh, yeah, pointblanksimulator.com. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'll follow you back. Request. All right, I'm going to go grab a light and see who's following me around in this field. There's no flashlight app on this thing. I haven't downloaded that yet. Heck. I guess I'll just open a browser. See if that gives me enough light. Okay. I got a light. It's me crawling around. Yeah, I gotta go find my my lithium Surefire batteries. CR123As, because I have Surefire lights, but I'm out of power, so I always forget to grab those. So now I just got this little mag light. I know there's some foxes living in those rose bushes. That little beard. Flip camera. That's me. Here we go. Okay, we are dark now. Oh, let me grab one more beer. Peachy. Good night, Oreo.
Hi, guess I'm in this live now.
Oh, let me turn you up so I can hear you. Good evening,
Hi.
Peachy. Hi.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. I just had tri-tip with asparagus.
Oh, that sounds great. I had air fryer chicken nuggets, man. I just got home from work, so I had no energy in me to do anything related to cooking.
Oh, I love cooking. It's like art.
Yeah, man.
And you
I'm
get to
like,
eat it.
I'm the cook of my whole household, so I do it a lot.
Yeah, I'm rarely too tired to cook.
I'm tired to cook a lot because I work blue collar, so I'm like busting my ass a lot.
I do now too, and sometimes I'm doing pretty rough days where I'm just like so beat and dirty afterward. Like I bring a change of clothes because how dirty I could get, and sometimes I'm like really sore. Like I've got Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off now, and sometimes I work so hard on a Thursday that I'm so sore during the weekend I don't want to go do anything.
I dumb it down saying I'm a cowboy because that's basically what I do. I'm basically a ranch hand, and I deal with cattle and general maintenance, hammering shit into the ground, overseeing oil field workers, that kind of stuff.
It's a little more intensive than I'm doing machine shop work now, but
Mm.
we're heavy into fabrication. I mean, we move some big stuff around. So sometimes I've doing a lot of physical labor, moving huge pieces of metal by
Oh,
hand to put on the racks and stuff. So
my dad does fab work.
I might move 1,000, 2,000 pounds of steel by myself by hand. And in a day, I'm like my arms are just blown. Or like we're making huge adapters for a pipeline, or when they bolt the pipes together at different sizes. So there's all these holes, and they might machine the holes and do some of the threading. But then the threads aren't to spec, so I have to go back by hand and re-tap them. And we're talking like 2 inch, 2 1/4, or whatever size the thread is, and I've got to chase that by hand. Just like massive tap and a massive bar, and I'm doing this for like hours a day. At the end of the day, my arms are blown out. I'm gonna tell the boss, like, sir, like I can't do this back to back, day to day. Like, we got to spread this out where I'm doing this every other day.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like I don't have the arm strength to do this on Tuesday
Luckily,
and Wednesday.
I have a pretty cool boss because I work for my dad because my family owns the property, so I can kind of just go like, Pop, I'm not feeling this today. Like, can you get any one of the other guys to like crutch me a little bit here because I am like beaten down, and I'll
Yeah.
usually be able to get away with it a little bit.
Like the one time he came up to tell me about, I think it was coming up to chew me out about how long I was taking, and then I told him that, and then he's like, "What?" I'm just like, go ahead and try this next one by yourself.
Oh,
And
dude.
he's like 70 years old. He's like, you got to help me.
No, dude, blue collar stuff is exhausting, but it's really rewarding.
I mean,
Especially like
I'd rather go back to my engineering job and make a crap load of money.
yeah, I'm looking in chat. Yeah, yeah, the collab is happening now, Soul.
So if I didn't even know that was going on.
But I figured you didn't. I figured you didn't. I just thought it was really funny, and it was like an inside joke. Cause Soul's first live, I donated like a shit ton of stuff, and then like by some coincidence, you donated like one more than me, and I was like, okay, and immediately took it as a challenge, and then it just continuously happened. So I was like, even if he has no clue that this is happening, it's really fun for me.
I'm having a lot of problems cashing out gifts. I've only done that like once or twice.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm just going around, like joining other teams and giving gifts and kind of spreading love around, rather than me trying to personally cash it out. So I've looked into that a couple times, and then like my stuff's disappeared, where like my account for gifts was gone, so I got to like reauthorize it and get permission again. It's kind of weird. But now that my account's blowing up again, I should be able to get that cleared up.
Yeah, congrats on that, man. That's big. Wait, 35K now?
Oh, I'm almost 45 now.
Oh, Jesus. Even like hitting like 19K was mind blowing for me.
Yeah, the threshold's at like 1,000. That's a big one. And the next one is 10,000. That opens up more stuff for you. One of my videos from last week is blown up, and I got over 1 million views within like less than a week. So that's where this last push is.
Because I had an alt like 2020, 2021 that had like 13K, but then I just abandoned it. Like I wasn't happy with what I was doing on it. I had no inspiration to make the content I was making, so I was just like, graveyard account, let it die.
I struggled really hard to get up to 15,000, and then that account just disappeared.
Banhammer has been crazy lately. Like the live I was in with those two people, both of them, other than me, got strikes and guidelines like violations just for being like alive. There was no reasoning. They said like hate speech, but we weren't even talking.
Well, my previous account, I had no infractions, no warnings or anything, and just one day, poof, it's gone. I just can't
Yeah.
log in.
I don't know what the issue is, and like even if you try and appeal it, they don't listen.
Yeah, I tried to appeal it, and I got nothing back.
Like
That first account was nice because I had the whole word spelled out.
everyone in chat's just freaking out because now I'm everywhere.
Yeah, I fully did not expect you to join this.
Well, because I was like, I'm getting off alive, and then I was like, I'll go see what he's doing, and then I got like instant invite, and I was like, you know what, I have time. I'll just sit here. I was gonna skateboard, but it's way too damn hot outside, like way too hot.
Hot outside. Where are you?
I'm in Texas, and it is absolutely vile outside right now.
Oh, Texas on mountain or central?
Go between, cause I don't know if you know where Divine is. Kind of more central.
I mean, like central time or mountain time.
Oh, I thought you meant. Okay, yeah, Central Time.
So it's what, almost 11:40 over there.
Yep, 11:40. God. I need to check and see how hot it is here. Soul, how hot is it for you right now?
Let me open the weather app.
Checking my weather app.
No idea. It is 67 degrees right now.
I hate you, bro. I hate you for that.
It's not my fault that I don't live in Texas anymore. We did have a high of 90 today.
90.
Yeah, a high of 92 tomorrow. And it's been raining all day, so it's super humid.
It's 85. At night.
So it's,
It was almost 100 today.
And 60 degrees.
I hate you both.
A slight wind, 11-mile-an-hour wind, 60 degrees.
I'm
I'm wearing a jacket.
I'm in my house with the AC at 70 and it's still hot.
AM Oni 13. My voice actor is in chat.
Oh.
Too bad the video didn't do very good.
Blah blah.
It was a good one. I know it took off. We oughta like redo that.
I gotta figure out which video it is. I'll go in there and I'll repost it and comment a shit ton.
I was making fun of Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Wait, what they do?
What they do? I can't talk about what they did on TikTok.
Oh.
Just go look into the latest lawsuit that they're involved in.
Hold on, taking a detour. I'm gonna go check on this.
Yeah. Send a link to the Discord, please. I got it.
What happened here? What?
You looking that up right now?
Yeah. Damn.
Right?
What? It just February 22nd, March 2nd, May 22nd, February 19th. In the span of like a year, bro. What? How do you fuck up that bad?
Well,
He just got nerfed.
I guess there's more lawsuits than I thought, but it's the one where an employee was called into the boss's office, and the boss did something and suggested that the employee do something else to the boss, and now they're suing each other.
Dear Lord. Also, yeah.
And
Peach's
and,
phone died. I
and
just
yes,
said,
it is.
yeah.
And yes, it is as bad as your imagination thinks.
Yeah. Peach just said the coffee company assassinated them because their phone died.
Oh no, they got him. I mean, the coffee company got into a bunch of trouble a bunch of times because they're I think they call them grifters.
Oh my.
I mean, they pretend to be one thing, but they're not that thing.
I had never heard of them until I saw you like include something of theirs in a video of yours.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was a video.
I only remembered that they existed recently because I took a trip to Gatlinburg and I saw like an actual like location for them.
Yeah, I used to follow them on the YouTube because they're like military veterans doing like super cool stuff and making YouTube videos. And then they tried to like brand themselves and try to make money off of it. So they started like trying to sell T-shirts, selling gear, and they branched off into coffee. And then they're like their YouTube and their accessories kind of like dropped down as they turned into a coffee company and tried to promote their coffee a lot. But then they kept getting exposed for doing shady and horrible things. And then the most recent lawsuit is just so over the top. I'm like, I'm gonna make a video about this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Jeez.
They nerfed you. I mean,
Yeah.
they blocked me on Twitter, but that was like last year.
Oh.
And I literally just asked them a question because they are like very like pro freedom and pro America and pro veterans. And on one of their posts, I'm like, "Hey man, why are all these libertarians like really upset with you?" And they responded like, "We don't know. Why don't you go ask them?" And then they just like, "Wow, dude."
At least it's funny.
I just only laugh at it. I took a screenshot and I shared that around. I'm like, look, I'm a veteran too, and they blocked me. I don't know who these guys are and what they're doing and what's going on, but man, there's some weird stuff going on.
Definitely.
I mean, I reserve the block button for people that are really abusive, but it never seems to work because with the internet now, people can organize better. So if someone's being a jerk to you and you block them, then they tell other people, and other people are jerks to you, and just like it's just an ever expanding problem where just like the Hail Hydra, where you kill one and then two appear or four appear, and the more you try to block people, like the worse it gets.
Yeah. I don't even want to know how hard it must be to avoid people when you're like that big on the internet. Also, Peach is very interested in rejoining if you want to invite them again.
Oh, I didn't see it because it's this tiny little red dot in the bottom.
Yeah, it is really small.
I hate Black Rifle Coffee Company. I just took 5 seconds out of my time and looked into it. How do you mess up that many times? Please don't ban me, please don't ban me, please don't ban me. Okay, I think we're good. I said the same thing I said before and it didn't kick me out this time, so I think we're fine.
You know, it'd be super easy to start a company and just not be political and just not comment on stuff and make your product and make people happy. But everybody, you know, once they build up a company and get viewers or customers, like then they want to use that and like start preaching, and then you're gonna start losing stuff, or you back somebody up, or you speak against somebody, or just use your platform for something that's not your company.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy at this point, where like the second you're vocal, like super vocal about something as a company, like you really stand for like that coffee company say like how they're like so like we love veterans, stuff like that. it's self-fulfilling prophecy that is immediately gonna get leaked that you don't actually care about veterans at all.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Like,
When I first got into cosplay, I was cosplaying GI Joe because there's a comedy group that used GI Joe figures for all their skits. Kind of like Robot Chicken uses little figures and stuff. They're using 1980s GI Joes and some 90s GI Joes. The Real American Hero 3 and 3/4 inch figures. They're using that for their skits. So it's action figure therapy. And they were doing great, and they were hiring voice actors, and they had veterans, and they were selling T-shirts and selling stickers. And as soon as they built up a huge fan base and they started putting political stuff out there, they started getting a massive backlash from all the veterans. And it got so bad they had to turn off the comments for all their videos. Then they lashed, they tried to like insult us, attack us, and then they basically had to shut everything down because no one's buying their stuff anymore. It's just like, man, you guys had a good thing. If you just kept your opinion to yourself, you could have kept it going.
yeah,
Instead, you
yeah.
just pissed everybody off, and you destroy your own company using your opinion.
It
You would
one
think
of my
it'd be
one of my
easier
favorite things that happened was how was the thing with the Ellen show about how she was all like spread kindness and then she got sued for like workplace endangerment and a bunch of shit of like being a horrible individual and like making people go home because they like didn't wear her cologne. I was like, "Oh, yeah,
It's like
that checks out."
a bunch of these people running for political office that were pushing for a $15 minimum wage, who had unpaid interns.
Oh my god.
I was like, dude, like, you're not even paying your own staff $15 an hour, and you're running on that as a political platform. Just like,
People
Yeah.
are so interesting.
They're like little critters in a mason jar. You just gotta rattle them around a bit and stare at them a couple times.
Give them a little piece of food, see what happens.
Throw a breadcrumb into the ant pile. Watch them immediately all learn how to be DJs. Watch them all learn how to be Oakland, California hipsters who own shitty nitro coffee shops. That is one of my biggest irks because I lived in California for a little while, and
for now.
the 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 amount of things I saw because I was in Bay Area, and the amount of shit that I saw of like people who were making the most ridiculous like trend shit, it drove me to like the brink of insanity. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to leave.
It's like when I'm on Tinder and someone's in Oakland, I'm like, nope.
Nope. Go past that.
I don't care how good you
Absolutely
look.
not.
If you're in Oakland, that's a no go.
I feel like if you're from Oakland, you can only date people from Oakland because
Depends. Like,
anywhere else like because I stayed in East Oakland for a little bit. That place is fucking terrifying.
I'm from Hayward, which is
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of bad. And as soon as I made enough money, I got out of there. And it's like I didn't want to go back, and I don't want to go to Oakland, and don't want to go to Berkeley. So I moved like 20 miles to the east, out here in like a little more rural area, where it's population's like maybe 60,000 to 80,000. So it's like a little bit like a smaller town. It's got small town fields, got rodeos, got wine, got cowboys. It's got a cute downtown. It's like little, definitely like a lot lower crime than Oakland or Hayward, and definitely like feel safe out here. Go out jogging at night and stuff. So I like it out here.
One of
Sounds so nice.
one of the many things about like Oakland and Bay Area that pissed me off so much was just the random incidents of like the sideshows on like major roads. Like, bro, I'm trying to go home. I
And last in like the last 15 years. Like that didn't exist in like 2003, 2004.
Ugh, I hate. I don't know, I just don't like inconsiderate people.
Or it's just like 2005, 2006 ish. Like I be late to work and I get chewed out because the boss is like, you're late, and I'm just like, dude, like, a police shot a guy, and then Black Lives Matter shuts down the freeway, and it's just like I'm not involved with any of this stuff, and it's like they just block traffic, and it took me an extra hour to get to work, and it's like it's not my fault, but then I might lose my job because I got late to work again. So it's like I wouldn't even know to wake up an hour earlier to show up work to an hour earlier because they're gonna block traffic.
You should have just had the insight to learn how to fly.
Right. Like I need a flying car to get to work on time.
The insight to immediately learn teleportation. Perfect in these scenarios. I've been doing a lot of my because I'm studying to be a criminal psychiatrist. So I'm doing a lot of research on like how like the words for it is like how like the community and the culture in your area shapes the people who will come from that area and how that can psychologically how you can psychologically profile them based on like everything about like the area they grew up in. And I've just been getting like so much like CIA early 2000s to 90s like absolute out of the water garbage. Like it's not even that it's not true because like they've said that it's true, but like how are you gonna put like a ton of I don't know if I can say this on live, so I'm not going to, but a lot of substance in the waters of poor neighborhoods and still have it going there directly? Like, how are you gonna do that where you put like a lot of an illegal substance in like black neighborhood water and then still not have like the general public know about it at all?
Alameda, dude. I was stationed in Alameda. I went to Carrier Con Alameda. I was there in March.
Oh,
The USS Hornet is docked there. There we go.
oh shit. Seoul, it is now, it went from like 80 degrees to now violently storming.
Oh my.
My
I'm
windows are rattling. Oh god, my power might go out.
I'm so
We're
happy
gonna
for
see,
you.
we're gonna batten down the hatches.
I'm so happy for you.
Bro, we can get out of this like 400-year drought. Maybe I can actually grow something. Oh god, no! I just hammered all those posts in! Fuck! I just spent like a shit ton of my day hammering posts in like somewhat loose soil, and I was like, I'll pack it in tomorrow because I was tired. It's all good.
Oh
It's all gonna
no.
be like sludge. It's going to be muddy sludge with
Oh
like a metal
god.
pole like falling out of it.
Oh.
Sometimes you can use weather to decrease your work. For instance, one weekend it stormed really bad. It rained really hard, and I go to work, and I was working in another shop, and there were like weeds all around the outside of the shop, peeking through the concrete and like the sidewalk and the cracks and stuff. And so, like on break, 15-minute break, I walk outside and I go around and I pull up a bunch of weeds and I throw it in a bag and I throw it in the trash. And then, like the next step, like, oh yeah, I want to take a moment out, to thank. I'm not gonna say my real name. Like, oh, I'm gonna thank Price for pulling all the weeds. The place looks a lot better. Yada yada yada. And then I tell him like, well, it just rained, and everyone kind of like stops and looks at me. I'm like, well, it makes pulling weeds easier. And again, silence. And I'm like, okay, well, it rained really heavy for 3 days. So the rain gets the ground really soft and really wet. So now when you pull out weeds, it's a lot easier to pull the weeds out, and more of the root structure gets pulled out too because the dirt's really soft. So, I mean, it only took me like probably less than 15 minutes to pull out all the weeds, and it did a really good job. And since I pulled out more of the roots, it's going to take a lot longer for the weeds to grow back in. And all these guys looking at me weird. And I'm just like, have you never thought of this? Have you never experienced this? Like, do you not pull the
Has
weeds
it
in?
never crossed your mind, man?
Yeah.
Like, how often do you pull weeds? Have you ever pulled a weed after a storm? Have you never noticed the difference? I mean, like in the middle of summer, if you go out and pull a weed and you pull it and like it snaps off at ground level, you're like, fuck. Or maybe if you go out during the winter and you pull a weed after it rains and you pull out a huge section of the root structure, did you never observe that? Oh, I can pull out more of the root if the ground is wet. I mean, like no one ever taught me that. I just experienced that myself. I'm like, oh, hey, this is a lot easier after it rains.
I'm just hoping to God right now that it's not because I have like my house and then I have the place I work, which is because I don't live on ranch, but my father and my kind of cousin Uncle Miles, you know,
Miles.
quote Miles.
Dear
Someone knows about
Miles.
quote Miles. He's a
Oh.
dude that showed up one day, and my dad was like, "Oh, he's your cousin," and then a week later he was like, "He's your uncle," and he was like, "He's your step cousin." I don't know what he is, but he ordered like 4 pounds of peanuts to the house, drunk, then ate 2 bags of peanuts, passed out on the floor, and then woke up and said, "I hate peanuts," and didn't want them anymore. So now we just have bags and bags of peanuts, and he lives up there. So like I don't go there and like sleep there at night. I come back home. But I'm just hoping that the rain has not hit cuz I really really don't want to go back out there and have my post sticking halfway like out of the ground and everything's sludgy because it's good for pulling roots out of the ground, but it's not good for sticking stuff in the ground.
I'll never get enough of Miles'
Not
stories.
enough of cousin Uncle Miles.
He is such an interesting person.
Such a great guy. Oh, 2 days ago, I didn't tell you about this, Soul. 2 days ago,
Ooh.
I watched him. What's those? What are those? Not they're not golf carts, but they're like off-road golf carts. God, what are they? Um, those like small off-road cars. I don't know why I'm not able to think of this right now. They're like small off-road cars.
Like I know what you're talking about,
Like
but
the
Yeah,
the gators.
like it's like a dirt bike car.
ATV again, things they
ATV?
call it.
Yes, ATVs. I watched him flip one into a lake. He flipped his ATV into a lake.
oh my god.
I was like, God damn it, Miles. Oh, I guess it don't work no more, do it? And I was like, Miles, you're just gonna leave it there? You're just gonna let it sit there? And the thing is, he's not an alcoholic. So, like, but he
Definitely sounds
acts
like
like
one,
he's
though.
absolutely wasted all of the time. Like he flips his ATV into a lake, and then he just like leaves. He leaves it there, and he's like, "Oh, Trace will get it." I'm like, the hell he will. The hell I will. I'm not dragging your ATV that you flipped into a lake out of the lake. What makes me think I'm gonna do that? I told you, don't drive that near the lake. The dirt's not compacted. That's a man-made hill. You will roll down it into the lake. And he was like, darn, you don't know what you're talking about. I got it. And then he rolled down the hill into the lake, like I said he would. And then he was like, can you get it out of the lake, please? Like, no! I can't, Miles. What makes you think that I can do that and that I will? For you! For you, the man who ordered like 8 pounds of peanuts and then decided you didn't want peanuts anymore, so you left 7 pounds of peanuts in my fridge?
I admire this man so much.
I don't. You admire him because he's funny, but it's not funny when you walk into your ranch house and the door has been unlocked and has been sacked by oil field workers, and he's like, my bad. I had a little too much. And I'm like, Miles, get out, get out.
I don't know. I still think my favorite story of him is the snakes in the tube.
Snakes and
Just because you made the reference to the, he didn't say, he says he's not the Snake King, but I went down to the sewers. He was sitting on a throne saying I am the Snake King.
I didn't say I'm the Snake King, but then I saw him go down to the sewers and he was sitting there, and I'm pretty sure he said I'm the Snake King.
Well, surrounded by a bunch of snakes.
He stole a locker, like a whole locker,
What?
like not a small one, and he like one of those big like the lockers that they used to have at gyms,
What?
and he just like put it in our hall. I walked into the ranch house and our floors, which were wood, were now stripped and covered in oil
Oh my god.
because he was trying to
Jesus.
do renovations, and then the oil workers, they were tired, so he let them stay in there for 4 days. Listen, this man makes me livid. He does so many things, and you find it really funny, Soul. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm sure actually living through it is not fun, but God, hearing about it is so amazing.
He's an odd one. Cousin Uncle Miles, Miles question mark? I don't even know if that's his name. He's not related to me.
He's just some guy.
Yeah, there's no way that he is a cousin, an uncle, anything. That man is Mexican. I am not. No one in my family is. That man is in no way, shape, or form related to me, and I'm tired of him trying to gaslight me into thinking that he is. Do you have any weird relatives, Soul? Any weird people who, aren't actually your relatives, but just kind of show up?
Well, no one is like interesting as Cousin Miles, obviously, because I don't think anyone can even really get to his level. But my entire family's pretty interesting. I have a few different people who are like not technically related, but they've been around anyway, so like might as well be family. I have people who are family who are just really weird, and we don't talk about them.
Another weird thing about Cousin Miles is that he's Miles Perón a third. You know what his dad's name is? Leonard. Leonard. How are you the third? If your father's name is Leonard. And your grandfather's name is Butch. How are you the third? In what way, shape, or form are you the third, Miles?
He made himself the third.
After who?
I don't
You
know.
go back to great grandfather was like, your name was Miles Augustus Barone. I'm gonna be the third one of you.
Based on everything else I've learned about him, I would not be surprised if he just like made himself the third just to be the third because he liked it.
The more I think about Miles, the more I am physically exhausted. Because he's so... I wish that you could come meet him. Because everything about him is a loophole or paradox. Nothing about him is correct. At all. He's a cowboy that owns a Sharpei. The fuck?
Yeah, I definitely have to
Kind of.
come down and experience this.
How
Man.
are you gonna have a ranch and have your ranch dog be a fucking Sharpei? Like, I have a Great Pyrenees. I have a Great Pyrenees Great Dane mix. My dad has a Catahoula. Mine's is a Sharpei. Like, we have a beagle for like dove hunting, a Catahoula. We have my dog, which is Great Dane Great Pyrenees, and then we have a Sharpei. A Sharpei? No, and then his fucking bird. His bird that we see maybe once a week. How the hell are you gonna look at me in my eyes and tell me that that is a ranch bird? What does it do?
I've never heard of a ranch bird before.
What are this bird's qualifications? Tell me the years of experience that this bird may or may not have. I would love to hear it.
The bird's resume is exactly the same as Miles's resume.
Blank.
Exactly.
Blank, covered in shit. Kind of on fire. Like, I don't know, man. Like, how is he alive still with the amount of shit that I've seen him do? So you know me well, so you can tell how much he genuinely works me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, pure, just unadulterated rage.
Yeah, I can feel
Like,
it.
how do you have a job? How do you have a Sharpei? How are you alive? How have you not died yet? He just lives his life like okay, fuck you, we ball. We don't ball. You sink. You sink when you don't ball when you drive your ATV into a lake. You sink. Thank you, Lieutenant Silly Cat. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you?
I love you, Lieutenant Silly Cat.
I fucking love Lieutenant Silly Cat. I see you everywhere. And you bring me nothing but joy.
I love the new wave of just military cats.
There's a bunch of them now. There's like 2 or 3.
I only for sure know Lieutenant Silly Cat and then Sergeant Kitty, since Sergeant Kitty is always in my lives.
There was like Private Fat Cat.
Oh, is there? I'm gonna have to find him then.
Okay, it's been 3 days, and this video has 1.1 million views.
I've seen that one.
It is a good video.
This is a very good video.
So that's me copying a true mobster from YouTube. So he did the original video, and it didn't do very well.
Oh.
But I saw it a couple times, and I was like, man, that's so cool, I gotta do that. And then it was only until Thursday last week that everything showed up, and I was able to finally do that.
I feel so bad if I used someone else's idea like that and it didn't do well for them, and then it just blew up that much for me.
No, because I've had that
so
happen to me, and
I'm
it's
missing
kind
his
of
audio
like
too.
you're a little smug, but you're also like kind of guilty. like there's another person who does the same content as me, and like I met them and I was like, whoa, what you do is so cool, and they were like so nice to me, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do like a collab together. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, and I did one with them, and their video got like 3,000, and mine got like 200K, and then I immediately went from like 6K to 15K, and they stayed the same, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but also I far surpassed you. That therefore means I'm better.
It's like the real life equivalent when everyone's around the table and you tell a joke and like nobody really hears it, and then your friend tells the same joke but louder, and then everyone laughs.
Yeah.
So I found this video on YouTube.
Bravo 6, going dark. Bravo 1206. Going dark. 1206. Going dark. 1206.
Such a shame we didn't do
That's the original.
Good.
He gets a really good puff
Oh
on the cigar,
no!
like just bouncing off the mirror and coming down, which I couldn't quite nail that. And he put green LEDs in his NVGs, so it glows a little too bright, but looks really good on the video. And then he does like an After Effect kind of thing. So on his video on YouTube, 43,000 views, and he posted that like 4 or 5 months ago, and he's got like 3,000 likes. So for a YouTube short, that did pretty good. He's not on TikTok. So I posted mine on YouTube also, and I gotta see how that's doing.
Like a month or so, I'm dipping my feet finally into cosplay. I'm not doing it, but I'm legally forcing somebody else in my vicinity to do it because I happen to be related to a 6'5", about 270 power lifter. And he really wants tack gear. So I was like, I'll buy it for you if you cosplay Koenig. So now I'm buying this. I cannot emphasize how big he is. He ducks when he enters my room. He opens my door with his hand on top of the top of my door. He uses me as an armrest, and I am 5'8". He is absolutely massive. And I was like, hey, listen, you've got a market here. If you cash
It's
it,
serious untapped potential. Especially based on all of your comments.
oh yeah. It is so weird, because I was like I posted like, hey, I need some like links because I'm getting like my really big friend to do this. Because I didn't want to say brother because I didn't want people DMing me trying to ask if they could like hook up with him. Because that happens. Where like you post like, hey, I'm related to this person, and people DM you and they're like, hey, can I get their number? I'm like, I didn't want that. So I was like, yeah, my friend. And then people like, does your friend have Instagram? I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's been 5 minutes since this post was made, and you are automatically trying to bang a man you've never seen in your life because of height.
I mean, you couldn't really expect anything else from this fandom.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of the comments that I got were pretty bad, and I got into a Discord group where they literally post. They have an entire section for sus comments, and man, some of the comments in other people's TikToks and their lives are just like a lot worse than what I get.
I get it because I make headcanon content, and I get really, really weird ones. Like, I don't get people who are like thirsting. I get people who are doing like the usual kind of thirst comments. But then I got somebody who was like, I got hit by a car 2 weeks ago. This is better. I'm like, what?
And then
Oh, you know about the Graves one, Soul.
Yeah, I do.
I couldn't find a photographer for CarrierCon, so I started reaching out to like more and more people. And then I reached out to one of my censored corn stars that I follow, and I'm like, hey, you want to be a photographer? Come on down. We're going to do photography and live streaming and making TikToks and stuff, since she's really good at all of that. And I started showing her some of the, like after we did all the work, I started showing her some of the comments that I get on my videos and my lives. And she's getting like irritated and offended, and just like, she's like, I don't even get comments that bad on my videos. Like you guys are getting comments that are worse on your videos, and you're like fully clothed, and you're just making like cosplay videos. And she got jealous of the comments of these really outrageous comments people are making on my videos. And she's like, I can't look at the comments anymore on your videos because they're too bad.
Okay, but listen here, man. You cannot act like you don't feed into it. I saw the free mustache rides video, sir. I saw that.
That sign is 10 years old. That goes to another cosplay. And And
Justifiable,
I
justifiable.
also do a super accurate Theodore Roosevelt, and I'm not going to dirty him up with that sign, which really, really, Roosevelt's got a really awesome mustache, and it'd be really easy to lewd him up, but I'm not doing that.
You
I think
gotta.
I definitely remember comments saying they would want that. I feel like I remember seeing comments saying that.
I'm gonna go look up my most popular Roosevelt video, which, by comparison, didn't do nearly as good as my Captain Price videos.
I'm so lucky that I haven't like gotten popular enough to really be affected by that kind of stuff yet.
Oh, Soul.
Though I,
Okay. I gave Soul the login to my account, and I was like, just read through the comments on your leisure, have fun, and oh my God, hi Ghoul. We know who you are.
So my Theodore Roosevelt account has 11,000 followers, and my most popular video's got 260,000 views. So, by comparison, that's not that much anymore. But I thought I was blowing up, and I was getting all nervous.
Okay, Soul, you gotta like savor where you're at right now. It's gonna sound like I'm all
yeah,
narcissistic and whatever, but
no, yeah,
you gotta savor. Oh my God, I love that. That's dope.
That's not playing.
yeah,
But you gotta savor where you're at right now because right now getting like 6K on a video is like so good, but then when you hit like 17, 18K, it's like this video was trash. Like your whole perspective changes.
Right? Like I
yeah.
posted some videos that were like half-assed, and I get like 20,000 views on them. And I was like, I didn't even try that hard. Like, why can't my good videos get more?
And you gotta like I will not stop talking about this. Like you gotta I never believed like growing up where you see all these like content creators talking about like you have to like it's draining having to choose between like posting videos that you know will get views versus ones that you actually want to make. Cause it's like that rejection of like you put your heart and soul into something and then you just like it absolutely tanks. But then you
Right.
put like bare minimum effort into something and just throw it out and it skyrockets and it's so disheartening.
Like I did
Yeah.
a video. I spent weeks of research, and I spent like maybe $100 for the stuff on it. And I do the video, and it gets like 6,000 views. And I was like, okay. And then I do a response video to a comment that's totally half-assed. Like I was already making TikToks I wanted to make that was planned, and I kind of made this one like off to the side, and that one blows up to like 100,000 views. I'm just like, that was just me being stupid, and it just blew up. And then rather than me making something, I really put a lot of work in it, and just nothing.
Yeah. Cuz like I had a period in like my content where I was enhancing photos manually. I was going in, I was like doing extensive research, like days of character planning for like full like profiles of like this is what I think of this character. And like I want to know what you guys think of this character. And it just like tanks. And like the people who are seeing it are really enjoying it. But then I can just throw out like half-assed NSFW something with like ghost in it and it's immediately at like 90K. And I'm like, God, bro, pay attention to this thing that I really put effort in. Not the thing I made a video last night with Soul and Soul could see my creative process of literally I put it in, I put text on the pictures.
Yeah.
I did that shit half asleep and it has 30K. But then like something I actively work my ass off to make gets like maybe 5K and it's absolutely like devastating. So
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I'm still in the spot where everything I make is just like 200 views and then I'm done. It's a simple life.
it's it's simple. It's honest work.
It's on its work, and I'm having
But
fun.
like you have pretty good like engagement ratio. Like you have a lot of comments.
Next, it's on its work.
Most of them were just me replying to people because I never shut up.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know, Price. I don't know if you've experienced this, but like when people, it's still weird for me when like I just see someone that I'm like, oh, your content's cool, and I follow them, and they DM me like, oh my God, I'm literally shaking. I'm such a big fan of you, and I'm like, bro, I'm I I am not that cool. Like I
I tried to be
appreciate that you
so
think
like
that of
cool
me.
about it when you followed me back originally, but I still definitely like tripped up. I was like, "OMG, hi!"
Like I am not that cool. I don't deserve all caps. Oh my God, so excited to meet you. Like I don't deserve, bro. I make porn headcanons. You can't. I should not be your idol. Like I was in live and somebody like commented on my live like your headcanon saved my life, and I was like, that's really sweet and really flattering. But why? Why were you like on the brink and then you were like, oh, I've never thought about this. And that just changed it all for you. My NSFW headcanon of Philip Graves changed your life for the better. Like,
I know exactly
oh,
what like topic you're talking about too, without even saying. I
like,
know.
and people DM me shit. Like, because I have my DMs open for like, hey, if you have requests, like, let me know. I like to hear back from people. And people DM me the most like ridiculous, like, how can you send this to a living person shamelessly? How can you shamelessly DM that to someone and not feel weird about it? Like, I don't get it. Like, okay, so I've shown you. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
repeat live, but I've shown you the ones. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
there's people
Just like
being like, give me graphic gore content. And I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, not funny, haha. Funny,
Yeah.
weird.
Can you tell us what terminal illnesses you think each of the COD characters would get?
No, I can say this one. I had somebody in my like DMs asking me for like like it was like a puzzle, like matching together like terminal illnesses. I was like, what? They were like, what stage of dementia is Bryson? I was like, I don't know. Third? I don't know, he needs his life alert. Oh, Tuna drew the life alert.
Oh, I'm so excited to see. I also
Oh,
just
I
checked the
get it.
server that I did not expect Tuna to be in. Because I was like, OMG, I can't believe I'm alive with two of my favorite mutuals. It's so cool. And Tuna just pops in, like, here winning. I'm like, when did you get here? I didn't know Tuna joined.
Wait, where did you say that? Which server is that in?
Uh, it is a different one that I don't particularly use. I'll send you an invite if you want it. I'm quote unquote a moderator there.
Mm.
Not the biggest fan of the people in there, so I don't
Ah. I get it, Ether. You don't like me as much.
I do
Let's say
like
hi
it.
to
That's why I'm
Souls.
about to
I
send you.
understand. I get it.
I do. I'm literally starting a cult based around you.
Please. Dude, that's I don't know. There's something so weird and surreal about being like micro celebrity, because that's what it is. Like it's a like a niche micro celebrity. Like people know who I am. Somebody IRL has found me. Do you know how weird that
Huh?
is? I'm sitting in a seminar and someone walks up behind me and it's like, "Are you Peachy?"
What?
And I'm like, yes. And they're like, I saw you on TikTok the other day. I know your account. And I was like, what?
Okay, like a
Like,
cosplayer I can understand, but
They got
she
your
walks up,
account?
tells me she knows who I am. Yes.
because on my personal account before I started a Captain Price cosplay account, on my personal account I had some I guess because TikTok does like local people too, so you local people will pop up more. So I had I started doing some Captain Price content along with some other stuff on my personal account, and some kids said like spotted me like high school or junior high, and they're like, "Hey, are you Captain Price on TikTok?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, we've seen your videos. You got to do some more videos. And like every time I saw them, like, when are you gonna do another video?
Oh God. Like, I would prefer that because, okay, I'm gonna be dead honest. My content is not dignified. There's nothing
Not the
dignified
slightest.
about what I make. So, like, it'd be different if I made cosplay content and someone walked up to me and was like, "Hey, I really like your stuff." I'd be like, "Oh my God, that's so nice." But it's like being in a seminar and having someone tap your shoulder and be like, "I know who you are." Like, oh God, you do. And then they pull up my TikTok, and I'm like, oh God, you do know who I am. And I was like, oh God, I'm about to get fully ridiculed. And she was like, I really like your content, make more. And I was like, thank you.
You getting blackmailed over here.
I was like, I'll make as many as you want, Lay Sanchez. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, I'm
You know those heels I
still
showed you?
absolutely terrified for the inevitable day when any of my coworkers realize why this account probably shows up in their recommended. I'm so terrified, but we'll just have to
Waiting
deal
for
with it when the day
fucking
comes.
day with a line where you go to be a line cook and you turn around and they're all staring at you in cosplay. We wanted to join.
To be fair, my manager is like super similar in size and shape to your brother. So
Oh, I
like
think
it could
that's
work.
manager.
That dude is so tall. A little scary.
So this girl doing thirst traps with 700,000 followers. She lives about 20 miles away from me, from a couple cities over,
Oh,
and I tried flirting with her a few times. And it never goes well.
Oh, wow, wow.
uh,
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I can't say this. I can't say this on live.
already been hit with one violation tonight. I can't myself get hit with another one.
Bro, I'm not worried about the
You still have your
community
first
guideline
strike.
violation. I'm worried about violating my own dignity. I'm worried about the violation of my dignity.
First, I violate the community standards. Next, I violate the Geneva Convention.
I thought first I violate community standards, then I violate my own standards.
Can't violate your own standards if you don't have any to start with.
Ooh, here she says, this filter makes me want to go dark again. So I'm going to comment as Captain Price. Bravo 6, going dark.
Oh, I had that as my status. I had that as my status. I had Bravo Sex going gay as my status for like 6 months.
I'm so sad I missed out on that.
Cecil, this is why you have no bitches, unfortunately. You get no girls.
Who, me?
No.
No, Soul gets no women.
Yeah.
Soul,
no
you get. Hold on, let me check who's in the live right now. Soul, you get whiskey, and we saw how that worked out, buddy.
Yeah, we talked about this, but I don't need to bring up whiskey.
Dude, the amount of people where like they leave like the most vile comments on my stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna look at your profile, and it's like 13, and I'm like, oh God, Jesus Christ.
Only people
Like,
who
where
leave
are your
comments like that.
parents? Where is your mother?
The only people who leave comments like that are all minors. The 14-year-old call me daddy for the first time the other day.
Dude.
And I know it's just gonna get worse as time goes on, but still. Any common sense, please.
I had some comment. I'm gonna paraphrase it heavily because I don't remember the full extent of it. But it was something about I want to get pistol whipped in the Chili's bathroom by like spray his beans all over my like I was like what? And then like I looked at the thing and it was like 16. I was like,
Oh,
bro, where are your parents? You
While I
still
was
worried
looking
about
for
your
your
chemistry
while I
exam?
was looking for your comments earlier, there was one who specifically was like, "I know I'm a minor and I shouldn't comment, but I'm like, you didn't
If
have
you know
to
you're a minor, you
disclose that.
shouldn't comment. Maybe don't comment,
Yeah,
bud.
either don't comment or at the very least, don't expose yourself in the comment. You could just like hope to hide away in everything else."
Because like I can't really stop people from absorbing my content. Like
Yeah.
I have it in like a title slide, like this is what this is. So it's not like you're like, oh, I don't know how to read, and then you like swipe to the left and you're like, oh, my virgin eyes. Like there's several warnings. There's several warning signs.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if you're not deterred by this, that's not my problem.
Yeah. Can't stop people from consuming content, but at least don't like give me an active reason to block you from doing it.
Now hear me out, but I am the CEO of that body part. Okay? Especially in a fashion. I don't know what it's called, but I've got it for days. So if somebody knows what this is, let me know in the comments.
I love her.
Yeah. She's absolutely slaying.
She's eating that shit up. I love her for that.
I just drive 580 and then 680 for a bit, and she's right there. I'm just like, he should be showing up on my Tinder. Just like, it's like, let's make some TikToks together.
Hey, we could do a crossover. You could be whatever you cosplay as, and I could cosplay as a chair.
Maybe I should just start duetting her.
That was it. See, I thank you, Soul. I appreciate your laughter on that. That was an immaculate joke on my behalf.
That was really good, yeah.
I think her with my sign.
with the sign showing up to your house, being like, "Oh, this is my chair cosplay. What? This is my seat cosplay."
Oh, don't come on.
I love when people come into my comment section and they don't know what I do at all. Like that person who joined it was like, "You're my favorite editor." I was like, that's not at all what I do, but thank you. Thanks, man.
I appreciate their spirit.
You got the right spirit, but you're in the wrong spot.
Exactly.
Wrong spot there, bud. You're a little off there, pal. Oh yes, sure cosplay, busting them all. Oh, it's like what? It's like, dude, we had this person was don't if any I forget that I'm live. So any of you guys don't go try and find and attack this person. But they made a bunch of content and they interacted with the voice actor of Haranji a lot. Like a lot. With like a lot of comments, like sit on my face, stuff like that, like towards this voice actor. And they were in my server and we were all cool with them. And then like someone was like, "Hey, you need to look into this person." And I was like, "Okay." So I DM'd them. They're a minor.
Oh,
And I was like,
getting
"Wow, you are
whiplash here from watching this
interested."
video and then hearing about this story.
I was going two different directions.
Yeah, both are insane.
No, like this person was interacting with the voice actor for Ranji and was a minor. And I was like, "Does he know this?" And like some of their videos had like 2 million views. And I was like, "Oh no." So I was like, "Bro, just delete the account. You are putting people in like a lot of danger."
Yeah, that is terrifying. Uh,
That's why we have
I don't know how people can just like so openly
ID
interact
checks
with
in the
some
server
people like
because of
that.
that person.
Yeah.
Cough, cough, whiskey. Cough, cough, cough. Cough, cough, cough. Cough, cough, cough.
Some more people.
Oh, your bronchitis coughs.
My bronchitis coughs. Bro, I don't know where people got that I have bronchitis. I
I
don't.
think you said it. You said that you had
I made a joke,
bronchitis.
dude. I coughed really hard and went, "Ugh, my bronchitis." And then everyone was just like, "Oh, be careful, your peaches, your bronchitis." I was like, "Dude, I don't have bronchitis." It's the same thing where I'm like, "I have terminal lung cancer." Please don't take that seriously. I
Yeah.
do not have terminal lung cancer. I'm joking.
I saw where you got that joke from, by the way, while it was still in your account.
The only regret is that I have bonitis.
That's a
If
good
you know
one.
where that's from.
Yo, what's up, big man? How was work? Yeah. No, I'll come see you later. I was just approached by the biggest man. Chase came home. Chase came home from his grueling, violent day at Chick-fil-A. His grueling day of fighting off this one gay guy who keeps trying to sleep with him.
Truly the most difficult job out of all of us here.
Okay, so my brother is 6'5", and this guy is bigger than him. Like, the guy who's flirting with him is bigger than him.
What?
Like he went to the same, he's worked there forever. And this guy, he was in the same graduating class as me. So I knew him. And I always saw him around, and then I'm like sitting there in my 8th period on like the last week of my senior year. And this dude is like talking about this like really hot coworker that he has. And like I'm sitting there and I look over, I'm like, okay, and I look at him, I'm like, "Oh yeah, where do you work at?" And he's like, "Oh, I work on the Chick-fil-A at like this location." And I was like, "Oh, really? My brother works." And he was like, "Yeah," like we kind of talked a little bit, and then he started like going back on to like what he was on about. And I was like, "Oh no," as he slowly began to describe my brother.
Oh, no.
And I looked over and I went, "Dude, that's my brother."
Oh, God.
And he has not quit since. And it's been like almost 2 years. Dude has not given up.
2 years?
I mean, props to him for persistence.
In any case except this.
But like, dude, what there is nothing about my brother that ever would make anybody think he is interested in them because he is aromantic and asexual. There's nothing about him that should spark, "This man is interested in me." At all.
Especially not enough to spur 2 years of this.
He like invited himself into my brother's car. My brother's like, "Get out." Like he was like walking with him to the car and then he just like got in the car. Oh, hell yeah, sunshine. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
That's so exciting.
Ooh.
CSA.
Imagine having parents that get you gifts for Pride Month. I asked my mom, "Where's my Pride Month cake?" And she said, "Right next to my World's Greatest Mother Award." And I was like, "You asshole!"
I set a rule for myself at conventions where it's just like, I'm going to treat everyone as if they're married. So, like, I'm not going to flirt too hard, always be nice and pleasant, and then there'll never be any drama associated with me.
That's pretty valid.
A pretty good rule, except it kind of comes back where I'm hearing from like a friend of a friend, like they think like I'm asexual since I'm never hitting on anyone or flirting with anyone, and they never see me with anyone. And so, as hard as people will flirt with me, sometimes they just give up.
You
So
counterintuitive yourself a little bit, bud.
Yeah.
So there's this chick that was like obviously way into me, and then we had roommated a couple of times at different conventions, and then she never tried anything because basically in her mind she gave up thinking that I'm asexual. And then she'd even commented on that, like she's like, oh, a bunch of my friends think you're asexual because this, that, and the other, yada yada yada. And I didn't respond. I'm just like,
Am I the only one in this live that has a partner?
possibly.
Soul.
You're better than us. You're better than us.
Maybe crab's taking over.
I have a lovely girlfriend, my partner, absolutely delightful. Soul, my partner's in the server with us.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Harlow is chill.
I can find your server. Whoa.
Yeah.
If it would load, because my computer is unhappy with me. Oh, yeah. Nice. I also finally found the export button on that video.
Just had to. There you go. Got that sorted. I always try to stay away from like
Cravings box with me, deluxe edition.
cravings box. Oh,
Try
Lord.
to stay away from cravings boxes.
I always try to stay away from those. No, like I try to stay away from like flirting on, because like my girlfriend is perfectly fine with everything that I do on the internet. She doesn't care. I'm perfectly fine with anything she wants to do. She's a fanfic writer. We kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And
Hand, just like a crab.
grab.
Abs.
But like I try to stay away from just like flirting on the internet in general, just because of how fast people start to goddamn e-sex roleplay in lives or my Discord. I let the ball roll for one person, and then everybody in my server is suddenly e-sex roleplaying. Oh, crabby. Oh, yeah. Silence to appreciate the crab wave. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, get it. Oh, put crabs in chat.
Hi, Price. I'm Ghost Cat. Hi, Ghost Cat. I'm Price.
Oh, there's Ghost Cat. Hi, Ghost Cat.
This cat.
Ghost Cat. The crab race, the great addition. Who fucking in the server just replied, "Ain't Dick some penis shit"?
It's my best friend.
Who are all of these people? Why do they know who I am?
I think. Did you send it to Whiskey?
Oh, yuck, that's whiskey? Oh no.
Yeah, that's Whiskey.
Dude, okay. I like crabs a lot. But lobsters.
They're
I
very
don't
tasty.
fuck with lobsters. I don't like them. They're evil.
They have a lot more meat on them.
I'm talking about sheer menacing ability. I don't care how they taste. I care about how they look at me weird.
They're easier to eat.
Yeah, but they're also easier to kill you. I don't fuck with geese at all. I don't enjoy them. I don't like looking at them. I am traumatized with geese. I don't like them.
I was taught from a very young age to hate geese with all of my passion in life, because when my mom was young and she lived in Seattle, my family moved into an apartment complex on the bottom floor, but the person who lived right above that apartment moved out the day before, and for some reason, instead of taking any of it with him, he just dumped all of his dry goods, food and stuff, just out the balcony onto the ground, right in front of their back door. So my mom and my family were just plagued by geese first thing in the morning, every morning for years. Right outside the door.
Dude, I remember being 5 years old, sitting in a sandbox and being like, oh my god, I love this sandbox. And then I saw the shadow, like an angel of death, of a goose arise from behind me and then start to beat the ever-living shit out of me. And I was like, I don't enjoy geese. They're all assholes. Every single one of them. They're harbingers of death and misery.
Yeah, they are.
They covered that in the cartoon regular show.
Yeah, they did. I
The,
remember that.
the baby ducks versus the geese because geese causing problems in the park.
Oh, I love regular show. I know I should definitely make content tomorrow. Do I want to? Not really. The Canadian goose. A foul creature.
Just make
Yeah.
geese head cannons.
Geese head. How are they fending off a geese attack?
We had to do the combat fitness test out in this field, and it was just like grass. It was like a soccer field or something like that. And the Canadian geese would always show up early in the morning, and then of course they poop all over the field. So we're doing the combat fitness test in wet grass with goose poop all over it.
God.
So it's just like you have to run up to these road cones, and then drop down, and then grab a grenade and throw the grenade, and then cover, and then they run and do all this other stuff, and you land on goose poop, and you do a push up in it, and it smushes around your finger, and you're going for a run. You got to pick up these ammo cans, and your hands are covered in goose poop, and you're running to do this. And you drop the ammo cans and grab another guy, and you pick him up, and you're dragging him. And then you're dragging him in wet grass, and little bits of goose poop are hitting his boots and stuff, and just so bad. Then of course we can't mess with them because it's a rule: you can't mess with wildlife, so you can't scare them. You can't have somebody out there the days ahead of time to shoo them off so they don't poop on the field. I'm just
Have to deal with it.
yeah.
Oh, Soul knows this. I am an incredibly unfortunate individual.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Like, it's almost laughable the amount
It,
of things that have happened to me.
it is laughable, actually.
It's really laughable the amount of things that have happened to me. The list is endless. I have been set on fire twice. I have been hit by a car. I have been run over by a jet ski.
He is not the love of your life. He's literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
No, I was walking out of like the parking lot, and this dude like whipped around the corner, and it was like a freshman, and he like absolutely domed me, and I was like, "Ow!" And like I got up because like when I say I got hit by a car, I don't mean like I got like misted at 95 miles an hour. Like I got hit like maybe going like 10, and he like absolutely domed me, and I felt like I was like, "Ow!" And I got up, and he was like, "Oh my God, man, I'm so sorry." I was just like, "Just leave me alone. Don't apologize. Just go away. Just go away. You just saw me eat shit on the pavement. Please don't talk to me. Like, please do not come here and try and talk to me after you've just seen me absolutely like mouthful of gravel." I am not allowed in most places in Washington, D.C. Not allowed there. They won't let me be there. 2 days ago, not even 2 days. When was I in jail, Soul?
Uh, I think it was 2 days ago. 2 days
2 days
ago, and
ago, I
then
was
also
in jail.
yesterday?
The day before that, I was in court
Oh, yeah.
for crimes I did not even commit. Set on fire twice. In court, in jail, hit by a car. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've OD'd. All of this has been an accident. None of this. All of this has been extremely unfortunate. Like, extreme unfortune. I am remarkably. Yesterday, I got chased by a homeless man because I had a Big Mac and he wouldn't leave me alone. And he was trying to hunt me down and take it.
You should have just gave him the Big Mac.
Hell no! I walk for 4 miles to the
Nice.
nearest McDonald's to get myself lunch. I am not letting this man take my Big Mac. I just ran. I was like, fuck you. You are not taking my sandwich. Then 2 hours later, I got in a fight in a bus race because a guy tried to give me a McChicken in order for me to fight him. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I'm looking for the one with the intro with the words.
No, dude, like, what else has happened to me in recent days, Soul?
Literally so much.
Crack
A lot of
commanders
these.
sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
There we go.
That's what's happening to me every day. Every day is a struggle.
Every day you're convicted of a crime you didn't commit.
No, dude! Okay, so an oil field worker died nearby my property. Not even on the job. Like, died nearby. I went in, I testified, I said I didn't see him, and then they pulled me into the police station a day later and went, "We don't think you were telling the truth." And I said, "Yeah, I was." And I was like, I have 2 guys who know exactly where I was all day who also didn't see him. And they were like, "We're gonna keep you here for 6 hours now." So I just made a post and was like, "Hey, sorry about the late headcanons, guys. I was in jail." They arrested me for a crime I didn't commit. Yeah, they just arrested me because they thought I lied on the Bible. In court. Yeah. Yeah.
You're Genuinely just the most interesting person I've ever met, Peach. For so
Yeah,
many reasons.
I FaceTimed Soul from inside the jail, so that's a little proof there for you. I FaceTimed from in county. And I was like, "Hey guys, it's me." I have pictures and I photoshopped like Soap standing in a hallway and I was like, "Oh my god, look who I met in county." Because I was
You
bored
should
out
have
of my
used that
mind.
in your jail video.
Like, okay, it wasn't like I was trapped there. Like they would have let me leave. It's just they were searching my car and they were running everything because like they had warrants and shit and it was a long time coming because like this happened like a year and a half ago. And they had already searched everything with my family, so they were just searching my stuff. And it's a bunch of like legal stuff that I'm not gonna delve into, but they had the right to do that. And I was just like, oh, bro. So hour 7 of me sitting there, I'm like, God, I'm actually delirious. Let me out of here. And I joined Soul's live, and I'm like, hey, bro, sorry, I won't be loud in this live. I'm in prison.
The fact that you joined my live while I was at work while you were in prison.
You were being a line cook, and I was fighting for my freedom. We are not the same. I FaceTimed you in the 4-mile away McDonald's and was like, I love McDonald's. And then I was like, anyway, I gotta go. And then I made my 4-mile run back.
To avoid the homeless man again.
Oh, I sent you the video that happened to me today where I got super sick this morning and I was throwing up in the like infirmary thing that they have at the little clinic by like where I work. And as I was doing that, a children's youth band came in and started to play music loudly while I was vomiting in the corner. They started to loudly play Carol of the Bells while I was like in the worst moment of my life.
Holy shit.
Like I was laying there and I heard the nurses being like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "What?" And like they came over and they were like do 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 do. I was like, "Oh,
Also, that's super cute, Sunshine.
oh, that's so cute. I love that, Sunshine. That's so sweet."
The children's youth band.
No, like imagine being violently ill.
It
and
was
you are
funny
throwing
enough
up,
just
and
learning that it was
then
a
a
band.
children's youth band comes into the room that you are still throwing up in. They do not care. They just start playing music while you are heaving in a trash can in the corner. This children's youth band is now loudly playing Carol of the Bells. And I am there, tears running down my face, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man?
Hi, Hearted Koenig.
Hi, Harder Koenig.
Oh, hello.
I'm glad that it's your live, but we're still getting acknowledged first. Yeah, it was funny enough learning that it was just a band, but knowing that it's a children's youth band somehow makes it better.
Hold on, I want to see if I can play the audio through my iPad. I sent you the video, but I need this audio to be heard. Let's see.
Fucking serious? I'm throwing in the bathroom and the band literally just came to the nurse room to play Carol Bells. Are you fucking serious?
That is me crying while you can faintly hear Carol of the Bells playing on from a children's youth band while I throw up everywhere. That was this morning. That was this morning.
You have such an interesting life.
Like,
That's really all I can say.
I wish it wasn't. I wish I was more fortunate. But I am extremely unfortunate in the place where I am always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm never in the right place.
The cowboy boot wearing ones, the crazy I see a Latina bitch with white or black toes,
Oh, wait.
and I start acting like a
That's
damn
not the one I thought it
dog.
was.
Anyway, this song is hard.
I thought it was the other one that Lozano did. So I saved that audio. I want to do that one. Let's see if I can find it.
You just played us the full audio.
No, I'm looking for.
That's how it feels at the youth band.
I love like looking at like the visuals that you have going on here, Bryce, because it looks like you're
Yeah.
about to step aside and like they're about to like wheel out like two
Yeah, that's gonna
Iraqi prisoners and like execute them on live in front of us.
Yeah, it definitely looks like
I
you're
accidentally
going to do it right
zoomed
now.
in and I can't zoom out anymore, but I can zoom in more, which is crazy. But I can't zoom out anymore, so I don't know what button I pushed.
Like you look exactly like the scene in Modern Warfare 2 where they have like they have a son in the field.
Oh yeah, it's exactly like that.
Oh yeah. Ooh yeah.
Woman, are you a guy or girl?
You want to do a questionnaire so you can find out? Or you want to kiss and then figure out how you feel afterwards? Come here, sweet cheeks.
When I tell you to sit on
Are these audios that you're gonna do and then you're like the comments on my post are outrageous and then you're like I'm making an audio with the sit on my face sound. Like, my comments are outrageous.
I care about those movie actors. No, I do not. I am worth $4.5 trillion, and I have not one, not two, but three big booty Latinas waiting for me when I get home. Put your money up, not your funny up. Get scammed, shithead.
That's it.
I've been losing my mind at the person who does the Obama impression and they've been like, my fellow Americans, starting out, everybody will get a big booty bitch and a stimulus blunt.
Wait. Did you say that in Carl Weezer?
No, I'm not gonna say that in my Carl Weezer impression. You cannot waterboard that out of me. You cannot waterboard Carl Weezer saying big booty bitches and a stimulus blunt out of me.
Oh my gosh, step bro, I'm stuck.
When's the video of that one coming?
Yeah.
I really think I care about them.
Dude. I'm sensing a common theme here. None of these seem Call of Duty related, sir. These don't seem cosplay accurate. What's happening?
Why? Just because I...
Everybody told me that I sound like C.
Oh my god, this is vocal simply
Did that. Did that.
Miss me, miss me.
Did that. Who did that?
I'm officially at the age where I can date you or your...
Time for some wonton soup.
Oh my god, Soul! I just remembered another unfortunate thing that happened to me. I've never told you this one.
I haven't done this one yet.
Time for some wonton soup. Just kidding, grenades.
I even heard that sound.
Oh,
really good.
I am begging you to do the audio where it's like, inside you there are two wolves, and they're both boys, and they're kissing. These are the wolves. Please! But... No, stop! Oh, Soul, I have an incredibly unfortunate thing to tell you.
I must know.
So, my grandmother is rich off the oil industry. Like, she's like mega rich.
Oh, I haven't done this one
And
yet.
she is recently single.
Oh.
And, so I was in about 7th or 8th grade. and there was this guy that I was kind of interested in, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask him out, and we started dating, but it was like one of those things where I was like actually just really good friends with him, and I didn't know at all what dating was, but like I was still dating that man.
Yeah.
And like we have like we both go to the same school, and we have, because it was like a Christian private school, so we have all these church things after school. One, and
Lighthearted
he
Koenig.
goes to one, and our families meet, and they're like, "Oh, like how cute! Like our kids are dating." 2 weeks later, my grandmother walks into the house and is like, "I want you guys to meet my new boyfriend. She is dating his dad."
Oh my god.
She then has decided to now sleep with his father and make their parents divorce.
Oh.
I was like, are you... Not only is this man now my relative, because they're still together.
What?
And I'm in college, and they are still together. Not only was he now my relative while we were dating, because she decided to like bang his dad, but now my family is the reason why his parents got divorced.
Oh no. I thought this was gonna like somehow relate back to that Rodolfo guy you mentioned previously.
Oh, him!
When it got you stinky.
I don't want to think about him. A guy named Rodolfo asked me out, and I was like, no, and he was like, well, you're stinky. I was like, what? Like, that was the best way he could think to tear me down. He's like, you are stinky. And I was like, oh my god.
So I need to do this video.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful baby boy. I'm gonna protect you for the rest of your life. On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good. Oh, that would be great for, the fandom with Koenig versus everybody else with Koenig.
Yeah, honestly.
Headcanons of Price versus actual Price. the father-son headcanons of Price and Gaz versus Price and Gaz.
I gotta find my box of stuffed animals, but I'll do that with like a stuffed animal. Like, oh, what a beautiful baby boy.
I love that audio. I love that one audio. I know the person who put that audio on TikTok. I know them. They're so nice. Their username, however, is not.
Oh no.
Their username is, I'm gonna whisper this one.
Oh no.
Koenig S word. That's another word for S word. That's another word for ejaculation. Schlampe. I think I could just say this. I think I could get away with it. It's Koenig sperm schlamp, which is German.
God.
Not that great of a username, I'll have to admit.
Yeah, a little reluctant to admit that it's not my favorite.
I will never get over the first time. So the first video I made was NSFW Ghost Headcans, and it got like 400. No, it's about 500,000 now. And one comment I got was from a user called Simon Ghost Riley _1, and it just said hello. And I don't know why it made me laugh so hard.
It's funny, that's why.
Simon Ghost Riley _1, hello. And the person who said, I have an injury, but I love soap. The person who comments on every single one of my videos, I don't know how to read.
Dude, I didn't see that when I was looking through your things.
Every single video of mine, this person comments, I don't know how to read in, like, a different language.
All right, so it's 23:15 here. I'm going to call it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah. I'm glad that we could resolve this feud between you two.
It's not resolved. I'm forever waiting for my next opportunity to get the upper hand. It's okay, Sunshine. My small autism brain doesn't work 90% of the time. All right, goodbye. Have a nice night, both of you.
Night.
Round 6. Going dark.